What's up, YouTube? Scotty Tradition back with another video. This is going to be a Wisconsin sports update video. It's been a lot going on in Wisconsin sports lately, and I did get a couple pickups in here, so hopefully I can share those as well. But let's talk about the Brewers. 85-52 is their record. They're 5.5 games up on any other team in baseball. The Tigers would be the closest team. They're 5.5 back of the Brewers in the overall standings. And I think they're still 6.5 ahead of the Cubs in the NL Central. Just an incredible year. So far, they've won 21 games in August. They do everything well. They outstanding defenders. They can defend. They make some amazing plays on defense. They can pitch. They have good back end relievers. They've been able to withstand some injuries. Churio's been out the last month. McGill's out now, who's their closer, at least for a little while, for a week or two. And they've just been able to be like next man up. Joey Ortiz has been out. And then Monasterio just steps in at shortstop and starts hitting better than Ortiz even was, and has played an amazing shortstop. So, I don't know. I don't know where the season's going to go. They've had some tough luck losses in the playoffs the last few years. I mean, last year they lost to the Mets on like a Pete Alonso home run in the ninth, and it just like unfortunate circumstances, but they played well enough to win that series. And it seems like every team that beats the Brewers in the playoffs, and this goes for a lot of Wisconsin teams. I saw a stat recently, like it's happened like 10 times in the last like 15 years, where like the team that has knocked off the Packers, Brewers, or the Bucks in the playoffs has made it to like the championship game. So like the Brewers just happen to be running into buzzsaws this entire time, and just like, you know, teams of fate, which eventually they're gonna get a chip at the table and they're gonna see the hand through, and they're gonna get there. Will it be this year? I don't know. But regardless of what happens, the playoffs are kind of a crapshoot. But what an amazing year by the Brewers! Like just amazing to do what they do with their payroll, what it is, and the way they develop pitching, and their approach to hitting and moving guys over, and stealing bases and run. Like it's just it's the way the Brewers have to play baseball in this day and age. You know, they don't have $1 billion or $500 million payroll to throw at all these home run hitters, and so they don't play that way anymore. And they got to play this way, and they've really had a lot of success this year. So that's awesome. From the Packers standpoint, for the last week, I've been hearing these rumors about Micah Parsons possibly becoming a Packer. You know how it is with rumors online; that they never tend to amount to anything, right? You know how the online news cycle works. So I was shocked that the Packers actually were able to trade for Micah Parsons. I'm shocked that Jerry Jones found a way to not get this deal done. I don't know, man. Like, I didn't think the compensation was that bad either, to be honest. You know, Kenny Clark, a good player, solid player for many years, but he's going to be on the other side of 30 now, and he's been in the league for like 10 years. He started playing for the Packers when he was 20. And last year for Kenny Clark was not a good year. As much as I love him, and as good of a teammate he is, and a good player, and a decent guy, he is on the backside of 30, and he did not really have a good year. He did not get the same kind of pressure up the middle last year. So as much as I love Kenny, like, Kenny is not Micah Parsons. To me, it's wild that they wanted Kenny Clark at this age, and that's fine. The Dallas did have a lot of trouble stopping the run, and I understand they're trying to rectify that. But Kenny Clark's on the other side of 30. And on top of that, you got 2 first-round picks over the next 2 years. Packers over the last like 10, 15 years historically draft from like 23 to 32, somewhere in that range. So 2 bottom-level picks in the first round. And by the way, the Packers have not been great at drafting in the first round, especially on defense. There's just all these guys they draft in the first round, they don't amount to anything. You just hope to be able to get to Micah Parsons in the first round, but they certainly haven't been able to find one. And, you know, you're not going to find Micah Parsons really out of the top 10, 12 picks, you know what I mean? Like, those premier edge rushers just don't fall into the late to mid-20s, so the Packers have had a lot of trouble trying to find one of those guys. And so one became available, and they decided to throw some picks at it and try to make it happen. And the timing was right. Packers, one of the only teams left that actually had some money available. A lot of these other teams spent money, on in free agency or before the draft. So the Packers have Rodgers off the books now, and they're finally able to do some things. And so that just kind of lined up right. They had the ability, not only the want to go get Micah Parsons, the ability to actually afford Micah Parsons. So I'm really excited to see where this goes, and pretty shocked that this happened. But it's definitely exciting for the season. And the last thing I'll talk about here is Wisconsin Badger football. They started out on Thursday night. They got the win over Miami of Ohio, 17-0, but the game was not very good. Their starting quarterback ended up hurting himself in the first quarter, and he was just walking in the backfield and a non-contact injury, and I guess strained something in his knee. He'll probably be out for a week or two, would be my guess, and maybe he'll be back, but that's just not a good omen. Not a good start to the season. This is the third year of Luke Fickell, and I gotta be honest, I'm so far not a fan of Luke Fickell. Like, they have no identity on offense. I don't know what they're trying to do. I'm kind of yearning for the days of like good offensive line play and just running the football and smashing people in the mouth. I felt like the Badgers were most competitive when that was the case, and they have not been that. They've got a couple okay running backs, some young good running backs, but their line is not nearly what it used to be. Their offensive line, their defense. They did pitch a shutout against Miami of Ohio. I think Miami of Ohio is a decent MAC team, but I don't know that they are like. I don't know what their offense is necessarily going to be, so I don't know how good that is yet. But the defense did flash for Wisconsin a little bit, and they look fast out there. But my concern is with the offense, and so far we're going into year 3 of Luke Fickell, and I'm just seeing a lot of the same on offense, like no identity. They don't have that big, nasty kind of offensive line play that really put Wisconsin on the map in college football. So it's good. I think it's going to be a rough year for them. They have a really tough schedule. Play Alabama coming up, even though Alabama just lost yesterday to Florida State, who is unranked. But don't count me in on a great season for Wisconsin Badger football. As much as I want them to be, I need to see more, and I'm really not sure that Fickell is the guy. So that's it. A lot of good stuff happening in Wisconsin sports, and the fall here is going to be really exciting. So let's get into some pickups. I did have some pickups come in post-national here. This one just came in yesterday. I haven't even shared it yet. It is a 67 Philadelphia Willie Davis auto. And this only cost me $16, which is amazing. I'm a big fan of the 67 Philadelphia set because of the team colors. You got the green and the yellow, and Willie Davis is a Hall of Famer, and $16. I mean, this is one I'll probably send in to get put in a slab because I love Willie Davis and I love this set for Packers cards. So you can't go wrong there for $16 for Willie Davis. And then this guy came in recently. I did not even know these cards existed. This is the 2011 Fleer Retro, a throwback to the 97-98 autographic set, and this is Bo Ryan, Hall of Fame Badgers basketball coach. And what's amazing about this card is that I didn't even know it existed. I mean, I don't know where I've been, but they actually have quite a few college coaches from this set, so I may have overpaid slightly for this card, but put this in the category of I just thought it was cool, and I had nothing representing Badger basketball in my collection, really. So a chance to get Bo Ryan, heck yeah. So really cool card there. Take a quick look at the back. So just something unique that came up that I decided to go after. All right, and then we got a couple of game use patch cards. So this first one here is from 2007 Absolute Memorabilia, Tools of the Trade, and it's Mr. Aaron Rodgers. And that is, again, count me in for patch cards like this all day. I think this is called like the double black spectrum technically, and numbered 21 of 25. And I just love these cards. The enclosed piece of material was cut from an authentic items personally worn and used by Aaron Rodgers in an official NFL game. Gotta love that verbiage. Awesome card again, numbered out of only 25. So happy to grab this one. I think it sold for a very reasonable price as well. So outstanding there. And then the last one is also a patch card. This one finished like literally, I think the Sunday evening I got home from the National. And this set I really don't see a lot of, and it is from Leaf Limited 2005, and it is the hardware set. And this is Reggie White, game used helmet. Look at that card. Just glistens too. And this one numbered only out of 25 as well. Hardware, and then it talks about piece of helmet was from an authentic helmet personally worn by Reggie in an NFL game. Game art was obtained and is guaranteed by Donruss. So, man, you do not see these come up ever. I've never seen one in all the years I've been looking for this kind of stuff. There's a awesome seller on eBay that's been kind of getting rid of his collection slowly over the last 2 years, and every now and again he'll have some great game used pieces he puts up, and this one I was able to jump on. So again, right after the National. This is why I don't spend all my money at the National, because you do see some cool pickup opportunities in that month or two right after the National. So other than that, I lost out on a really big card that I was watching at REA. It was a Packers Hall of Fame autograph, and I went like late into the night. I think the auction finished on a Sunday night, and I went to 12:31 in the morning bidding on this thing, and the person would wait till like the last 20 seconds, and I think I might have it, and then he would bid, and then it would reset to the 15-minute clock again. I'm like, okay, here we go. It ended up selling for maybe 1,000 or 1,500 more than any other one had ever sold for. It was a nice example of the card, but I couldn't. At some point, I just had to check out. I couldn't pay that. And funny enough, I find out the next day that it was a friend of mine that actually I was bidding against. So go figure. We could have probably talked about this ahead of time if I would have known he was bidding, and I may have bowed out a little earlier. But it's hard. What do you do when you got two people that want the same card and understand the value of that card? I don't know. It's a tough one. But I was happy to hear that he got it. Awesome collector and hobbyist as well. So then there's actually another card I'm watching coming up here in another auction, and I was excited because I did not win that one, and I was like, okay, now I'll have money for this one. Well, once this auction started, this other one that I'm watching, that card went up to 6K immediately, and at 6K it's already 2,500 to 3,000 more than anyone has ever sold for. So I do not think I'm going to get that one either, unfortunately. It's just there are certain cards right now that have a lot of interest in this hobby. And again, this is a card that I've been trying to get for the last couple of years. I've lost out on it a few times. And it's not without me trying. I've spent good money on trying to get this particular card, and somebody's just always had a little bit deeper pockets. So not much I can do about it. And it's looking like I'm not going to be able to get this one either. So I guess I will just wait and see what else comes to fruition. That card still goes for a few weeks yet. We'll see. Well, that's all I got, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. A few things in the mail. A few things about Wisconsin sports. Any comments, please leave them. I always love reading the comments and responding. So I guess we'll talk to you all again soon. Thanks so much for watching.